channel. What are we doing today? Today we are looking at Sargent Art. This is the Sargent Art watercolor pencils showdown, I think, perhaps, probably, maybe. Okay, the whole story is that if you have seen my art kits reviewed, you would have known that I got the watercolor pencil drawing set from Sargent Art, and I did a review on these. I absolutely enjoy using these sets. And I was at my local art and stationery supply store probably months ago, and I saw them also carry the Sargent Art watercolor pencils. And it was at a very good price. Actually, it was like $5. So I asked myself, what's the difference between these watercolor pencils and this watercolor pencil? Is there a difference? Immediately, I see the difference. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video today. Okay, so right off the bat, we're going to open it up. Wire, sorry about that, I needed to move a wire out of the way. And if you remember when I did my Bought in Belize art haul, the very first one, part 1, you would have seen me feature these. There's one that doesn't seem to want to weasel his little way out. So these are here how it looks. Remember they had some fuzz on it? Well, I cleaned those up. And so we're going to take a look at these pencils. Now this is how it came arranged. I did not rearrange these in any order. This is how all I did was clean off the fuzz. So let's take a look at these pencils. Okay. Ooh, I never expected that. The thing I didn't expect, the ends are dipped. I thought, okay. It seemed to be a bit chunkier pencil, if you notice. And it feels very substantial in hand versus this one. Well, this one does boast high pigment quality and made from excellent wood for amazing sharpening. And this is what I read on the back of the box. It's used as you can use them on regular pencils. You can wet them with watercolor with water for a watercolor effect. Made with high quality pigment for consistent color coverage, and premium wood for easy sharpening, and durable, long lasting usage. They said the pencils are 7 inches long and pre-sharpened. So these should be some really good quality pencils. Should. And these also said that they were really good quality, if I remember the back. Yeah. Our watercolor pencils contains a selection of drawing and coloring supplies. Watercolor pencils offer excellent color and blending. Use as regular pencils or with water to give a watercolor painting effect. Sharpen for regular or the sharpener for regular or large size pencils or larger size pencils, watercolor cakes, blah 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 blah, but we're interested in the watercolor pencils. So basically they boast about the same thing with each other. Okay, so I believe that this could go up to 120. I remember seeing 120 set on Amazon. Here in the country of Belize, they sell it in sets of 12s and 50. I didn't want the 50 set. And this only comes with 11 pencils. So as you can see here, I have my illustration all pre-drawn up and a swatch piece all pre-ruled up. So what I'm going to do is I will swatch out. I think this came with a brush, but I believe the brush was way too soft. So I'm gonna grab my handy dandy Princeton round number 6 for this job, and then I'm gonna swatch all these out and I'll bring you along for that ride. So now let's get to the time lapse. am finished after 30 minutes or so. I took a moment to kind of put the names of them on it. Makes it a bit easier for us to follow along. And I guess the regular Sargent Art watercolor pencils, these ones here, let me bring you guys out a bit. These ones here are to the top, while the drawing set version is to the bottom. And little things that I've noticed, and I'm sure I would have highlighted it during the swatching, is that these ones here crumbled way more than these ones. However, these ones here have been sharpened after I got them. So perhaps sharpening these before use is a recommendation because of the fact that it crumbles so much. You may not be able to see the white here, but I did swatch it out here. And this is the white for the Sargent Art. Yeah, it's compared to the other whites, it is not very opaque at all. Here it is. It has a medium opacity. So I'm okay with that. This one does not come with a white at all. The extra slot was for where the brush was. I believe I still have the brush here somewhere. No, that's the long brush. Where did I put the Sargent Art brush? Uh-oh, I think I lost it. But I remember the brush being very soft and way too soft to be used. And I don't remember where I put it. I thought I had it here next to me, but apparently I was wrong. I have all the other brushes except that one. So now I need to go hunting for where I put that brush, but it's somewhere in this room. Other thing of note is that it caused ghosting. Both brands caused ghosting. Some ghosting is a little lighter than others due to the fact that the vibrancy of the pencil, I don't want to say pigmentation, I would say vibrancy. The vibrancy of the pencil is not as bright like the two light blues. If you notice, you can definitely see the ghosting in this light blue, but you could barely see it there. But that's because this is not as vibrant as this one. The light greens are the same thing. They're basically not even the same color if you notice, because this is light green and this is light green, where this looks more, no, this is not light green, this is yellow green. I was like, I made a mistake here with the name. This one is yellow green, not light green. The blacks look fairly comparable. The browns, I don't know. The pinks look fairly comparable. The orange, the yellows, just that the Sargent Art version, this version here, looks a bit more vibrant than the one that came in the watercolor pencil drawing set. And now that that has been settled, I think it's time for us to do our tester piece here. This one. And I already know what colors I'm going to use. So now that we see what we're going to do, let's get back to that time lapse. Okay, I am finished. That took me about an hour to do. Literally, it was an hour to do. This is this one here. And I love the vibrancy. I was thinking about using a palette and pulling some color from there, but I felt a little lazy to do it. So I just used the pencil to color it in and use watercolor effect to try to pull color out. And the ghosting gets to me. But then again, that's a me issue. I think what I'll do to even it off is just to go back over it with the same color to try to even off some of that scratch marks underneath. I didn't have any difficulty with this pencil. It crumbled a lot, but I think that had to do with the pressure that I took, because if I do like with medium pressure, I notice it crumbles. I also notice a few of them have the little line, yeah, signifying that there might be issues with gluing. Here's this. No, this doesn't have any. Yeah, the brown have. The darker colors one seems to have, but I don't know. You can clearly see the line there. I am scared of that because when you see these lines, kind of signifies that maybe it wasn't glued properly, or maybe it is glued properly, it's just not glued close enough. I'm scared that it falls, like when you're sharpening it, it will fall apart. You did see me sharpen these. So with these, you have to go in there really, really light. It's a chunkier pencil, I would say. Therefore, I did not use my traditional crank sharpener. I pulled out this one here that has the bigger hole and that can adjust for bigger pencils, because these are a slightly bigger pencil, especially at the barrel. It feels more substantial. I would put it probably at the same size as maybe one of the Derwent pencils, like maybe the Derwent drawing pencil. It feels like that, or maybe a Faber-Castell pencil. It feels like it has that girth. These ones are much thinner, are more slender, so I think these can be used in more traditional crank sharpeners, which I do. This is my crank sharpener that I used. Let me pull you guys out so I have more room to put it under. Yeah, it has a suction cup to the bottom, and this can easily fit in there. But this one, no, it's stuck. So I know that this is a more slender pencil, therefore I could use it with a more traditional crank sharpener. And you can easily see the difference here. Let me see if I could pull you out a bit. Come on, don't do that. Yes, there we go. You can easily see the difference in the quality here. This is way brighter than this. Even though I tried my best to use the same colors, you can see that they're both Sargent Art, but this one is just a bit brighter or more vibrant than this one. I'm not saying it's better, because this crumbles a lot, whereas this didn't crumble as much. So they both have things that I don't find too appealing, and they do have things I like. I love watercolor pencils. I actually do like working with watercolor pencils. And all in all, it was a fun little comparison. Let me know what you think of this. Bring you back, guys, back down. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.